Welcome to episode 5 of the Wakefield Guide, a series that should help you wake up to the life your resources can build. I'm Wakefield, and in this 10-part series, we're walking through the qualities and actions that should bring clarity and confidence to your life. Today's focus, risk. Every one of us faces the decision. Do I want a life that's safe and predictable, kind of a vanilla existence? Or do I want a life that's dynamic and full of flavor, one that involves risk? Helen Keller actually said it simply, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. If you want true wealth, not just money, but to be able to use your time and energy to live freely and fully, you have to take risks. Most people don't have that kind of life though because they're unwilling to pay the price. Chance that sometimes you'll lose and it will probably hurt, sometimes bad. It's the cost too high for you? Even if it will almost certainly lead to great things later, you have to choose what type of person you will be. And it's okay if you don't feel like you're that type of person right now, but if you choose to become that type of person, you can start the process and it will happen. To live like nobody else, you do have to live like nobody else. And take the chances that they won't take. And when you do, you will fail, but it's not failure forever. You always can get back up. And every time you do get back up, you have a great story and you'll have learned something valuable. And the earlier you learn those lessons in your life, the more time you give yourself for those lessons to compound. And as those lessons compound, you grow more experienced, smarter, savvy, and then you fail less, and then you bear more fruit and more fruit. And failure has become such a partner through the whole journey that you come to expect its presence and even learn to appreciate having it around sometimes. This process of failing and learning and then succeeding can lead to a compounding of your resources. It's known as a snowball effect. It's why the rich get richer and the wise grow wiser. So how does this apply to your finances? Well, think about this. There's so many people afraid of losing money, particularly in business and the stock market. But throughout US history, avoiding the risk of stock ownership, avoiding the risk of being an owner in companies has been extremely costly. With that risk came the opportunity for significant wealth growth, generation after generation. And yes, investing in stocks and owning companies can be financially rewarding. But there's actually something even more powerful about what we're talking about than simply growing monetarily wealth. True wealth grows out of something deeper, which is a relentless focus on creating value for others. If you obsess over that, there's just no way to lose. Money follows value. Influence follows value. Opportunity follows value. When you wake up every day asking, how can I make someone else's life better today? You begin building something that will compound far beyond what a financial portfolio ever could in itself. When you train your mind not just on making money, but on creating value, the rewards have no ceiling. Even if you earn less than you thought you might, you'll still have built relationships, credibility, and a life full of impact. That's why, if creating value is your obsession, you can never truly lose. So let me leave you with 2 questions to wrestle with. First, what's the worst case scenario if you take a chance? And how might you actually be more capable of handling it than you imagine? Second, who do you want to become? The person who avoids risks in pursuit of safety, or the person who leans into risks so you can live a life of impact and freedom? We'll see you next time.